Good morning, all you empaths that are ready to embrace your empath without the overwhelm. We're getting there, so I'm really glad that you could join me this morning for day 4 of our training. Shortly, I will put the link in up here. I'll put the link up here so that you can join this training. You can join it at any time, and that will be available to you through the link. So just grab that link above and you can join this training. And there will be a recap page available shortly, and then you'll be able to review all of the trainings of day 1 of gratitude, day 2, trust, day 3, light and healing, day 4, today is joy. So grab that link and you can join us at any time. And for those of you who would like to, please put your comments below of your takeaways for today and the training about joy. So glad to have you, and we'll launch into our training. So joy gives strength and vitality to the kind of the innermost recesses of the heart and soul. Staying connected to joy and spiritual practices, you feel lightness in your being and brightness in your core. So having those feelings of lightness and brightness definitely engenders a sense of joy, and we're, as empaths, trying to get out of the overwhelm and into the higher vibrations, and so we want to manifest that joy. Okay, so everyone has like a spark of joy within them. Yesterday we talked about the phoenix that rises from the ashes and rebirths itself. So same thing with you. You have that spark of joy within you, so let that burn and let those embers grow so that you can reach those levels of joy that you would like to have in your being. Okay, joy fuels the spark of energy. It helps us shed everything that's not in harmony with light, and joy sparks are contagious. So as one spark lights, then another one catches, and then another one catches. So it's very contagious. It's a connective energy. So I would like to invite you to be sure to join us live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, because then tomorrow's last and final training is very important to join, because that will help us to be able to connect those energetic sparks of joy, okay? And so we'll do that tomorrow, so 9 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, right here on this Facebook page. You can join for that, and we'll do a really fun exercise together for creating those sparks and then connecting them. All right. With the higher vibration of joy, we can let go of all of the lower vibration things, the darkness and the overwhelm that really do hold us back. So all that darkness, lower vibration, and overwhelm hold us back from our gifts, from our abilities to share with other people, and just really hold us back and keep us down into that, pit that we don't want to be in. So with the higher vibration of joy, we can have those joy sparks and then have them catch and ember and grow into a really beautiful connective environment with people who have the empathic gifts to be able to share those with other people. So joy infuses the soul with energy and confidence and alertness and awareness, and joy revitalizes all those heart spaces that we talked about yesterday in yesterday's training, about the holes that are carved out and that we fill them with light. But also joy energizes all of those spots, all of those little empty spots that we filled with light now can be filled and energized and kind of, turn the battery on to be able to have life. So joy clears self-judgment, and it clears fear. It helps us to feel safe and protected, because we as empaths really feel the need to be safe and protected. So as you put those things of light and then joy to energize it, that helps you to feel safe and protected. So joy revitalizes the heart spaces that we talked about in day 3, and it shines light in the innermost kind of motives hidden in the heart, and energizes emotional honesty and trust, which we talked about in day 2, because we value trust so much, but yet it's hard for us to trust. So trust yourself, and I'm grateful that you could trust me with this training. So day 2 was really about trust, and emotional honesty and trust are really high values for us as empaths. So joy encourages balance between the heart and the mind, connects those two things. It helps us feel safe at home and in our hearts, and joy encourages us to be creative. So that's one of our gifts as well, is that we can, as empaths, then have the light and the energy, the creative joy, and then that brings us to a place of creation where we can build things and connect things and make things flow for us and for other people. So sometimes we kind of are so stuck in our overwhelm that we feel buried and that we feel confused and we can't figure out what's our stuff, what's other people's stuff. And so when you step into light and then joy, give it that energy, then it can build and ember and grow so that we can have the creative energy to make something and build something and connect things together. So the creative energy that joy gives us is something that we want to really strive for every day. So it's really critically important that you do all of your spiritual practices to keep yourself to a level where you cannot sink into your overwhelm, but also that you can move out of that and expand. So joy is a creative expansion. So that's where you want to move towards, is a creative expansion through that light and energy and joy. Okay, so joy helps us have room for our creative nature, and joy supports the abundant pool of creative energy that's held within our spirits, and we re-experience the joy and the freedom of childhood. So a child has so much joy as they're skipping to school or they are skipping rocks across the pond. They don't have that abundance of overwhelm. They have the abundance of joy, just simple creative things. Let's see what happens if I skip that rock across the pond. Can I do it? That's kind of thing. It's really creative energy that wants to see what might happen if I try this. So that's the kind of level of joy that you want to reach. Not like exuberant and you're just like, oh, you're sprinkling fairy dust everywhere, which you can, and you can get to that point, but more so that you can just step into the very simpleness of childhood joy, okay? So you have a vibrant and joyful life. You do. So as an empath, you have that ability, and it's the thing is because we have so much emotion, we have carved out a huge space for something to be put in there. And so as you build that something in there, make it the gratitude and the trust, the joy and the light, and then add the energy so that it creates something beautiful and expansive, so that it creates something that you can now expand to other people, and that vibration is much higher vibration than it is to be down in the sinking lower level vibration. So vibrate really high, get into the space where it's creative and expansive and a childhood type simpleness of joy, and that's where you'll find that you've built something that will keep you from falling into the overwhelm. Okay, so those are some tips for today. I have loved this training, and tomorrow is our last day of the training, and so please make sure that you join that one, because it's very critical that we join together for this creative energy to expand and be able to connect with other people. All right, so let's join that tomorrow, and hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.